Hey guys, how's it going? Culprit here. And today I'm going to do my first impressions weapon review of the new DLC close quarters weapons that we were able to unlock early here on the PC. I'm going to talk about the engineer kit first because those are the ones I unlocked the first and I've just used the most, so I feel the most comfortable with. So I'm going to talk about the ACW-R and the MTAR-21. Here you can see the stats side by side, but I'm going to talk about them over the video as well. Let's run down the quick stats. The rate of fire is 850 rounds per minute. The magazine is 26 plus 1, so 27. The damage max is 20, and it drops off to 16.7, which is a little different, and I'll explain that in a second. The reload time is 1.85 and 2.5 with an empty clip, or excuse me, magazine. Like I mentioned, the quirky thing about this gun right here is, first, A, it has very little recoil, so it's very easy to handle. But the biggest detriment, I would say, is the damage. The max damage is 20, so what that means is you're going to have to get 5 hit markers basically to take down your target. Most guns are, most assault rifles are in the 25 range. A lot of the engineer weapons are the same, so this one's a little weaker as far as firepower than the other guns. But with that rate of fire, you can easily take people down. I don't want to give the illusion that this thing lacks stopping power, basically. It's just sometimes when you run across an AEK, an F2000, you're gonna lose those fights because that guy's shooting a lot faster and he's doing a lot of damage. He takes 4 bullets, you take 5. It's frustrating. It does get you. I'm not going to lie about that. What do I recommend using on this gun? Truthfully, I don't really know yet. It's very good. I'm trying to lean towards the heavy barrel because that would extend the range even further. But I don't know that it's necessarily needed. You see me here. Do I have it right here or not? I do. I've used the foregrip, the laser sight. They all work. It's just a matter of me finding what works best for me. I don't really like the suppressor on this one. I just feel like this gun is going to be more for a mid-range engineered gun. So by throwing the suppressor on it, I just don't feel like it's as necessary as perhaps maybe the MTAR. I do prefer the holographic sight in this. I'm not running it right now, obviously, just because it gives that little bit of extra zoom and enables you to be a little more, on target at medium ranges. Other than that, obviously, my old standby, my favorite optic is the Cobra sight, but that is actually unlocked quite a bit later, so you're gonna have to do with something else for a while. It's not a big deal. All around, I really enjoy this gun. This is if I had to explain it to you, and by comparison, I would say this will be the M16A3 of the engineer class. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, it is good at everything, but it's not great at anything. You're gonna run around with it. You're not gonna feel nerfed in any one situation. You're gonna handle your business no matter what the game throws at you. But like I said, when you run up to those close quarter specific weapons like the AEKs, the F2000s, the MTAR-21s, you're going to lose that gunfight. It's paper rock scissors sort of thing, and that seems to be the way DICE is going. But at the same time, this gun can very much hold its own in a close quarters environment. It's just more suited to more of a medium range. And if you see the drop off is less. You only lose 3.3 damage between short and long range. So it is going to, what it lacks in that initial stopping power up close, it's going to make up for you at medium ranges. And you're going to have, and with the very little recoil, I mean, it's pretty easy to take people down at range. I was pretty surprised, to be quite honest with you, and pretty pleased. So what do you need to unlock this? First, you need 20, well, I guess you can do it either order. You need 30 carbine kills, very easy to do. I mean, that's self-explanatory. Just go play the game. And you need 20 AT rocket kills. So how did I do it? The best success I had, I basically jumped on like canals, TDM, like 200-300 tickets. And truthfully, I just ran around like a jerk off with the RPG and just shot at people's feet. Suicided a lot. It's only 20. It's not a ton. So that's how I did it. So that's how I can recommend you do it as well. So let's move on to the MTAR-21. Here you can see the basic stats as well. This is a rate of fire of 900, a magazine size of 30 plus 1, so 31. Damage max is 25, so it's right up there with the assault rifles. And it drops down to 14.3 at range. So you can see there's quite a bit of drop off here on the MTAR. And the reload time, this is the big one. With a couple bullets in the magazine, it's going to be at 3.0 seconds. And with an empty clip, it's 3.3. Guys, that's an eternity. This gun, I gotta tell you, I am loving this gun. This gun is a lot of fun to use. It is incredibly effective. It pisses people off. There you go. Very rare knife kill for me. But it's obviously built for close quarters. It is probably, I don't know, some of you MP7, P90 guys are gonna probably yell at me, but I think it's the best hip firing gun in the game. That's for me. You guys know I've been working on hip fire. There you go. It takes a little while to get him long range, but I eventually do. That's probably more the suppressor than it is the gun, honestly. you guys know that, you know, I've been working on my hip fire a lot, and so I've been using this gun while doing it, and it's awesome. Like, I have tons of footage I could have put in here as a highlight reel. I have probably hours of footage I could have used. Between the bullpup design and the laser sight, this thing's a quote-unquote laser with the hip. So you obviously don't even need the laser sight, I find. You know, you could be better served throwing a heavy barrel on it. You can be better served with a suppressor, as you saw me before. It's just, you know, unless you're going to be hip firing all the time, which that could be on the new Close Quarters DLC, I'm not sure yet. It's basically redundant. So I tend to like the... I don't have a flash suppressor for it yet. I don't see the need. There's not a lot of recoil. You might. The heavy barrel. What I'm trying to decide between right now is foregrip or not. I'm not sure yet. The big downside to this thing, as I mentioned, the hip fire is awesome as a plus, and it is able to handle business at range. You just have to kind of feather it a little bit, but once you get it down, it's capable. The big downside for this weapon, by far, is the reload time. And that has my big worry. That has me worried for the DLC, because in that DLC you're not gonna have a lot of space to securely reload. You're not gonna be able to hunker down, reload all your weapons, and then move on. It's too fast paced. The cover is just it just blows up around you. Waiting 3 seconds for a reload is gonna be tough. I mean, it's tough on TDM matches like this. It's only getting harder in a smaller environment like that. So that has me worried. But I'll be honest with you, if it didn't have a long reload time, this thing would be OP. There's just no doubt about it. And, you know, if it's that, you know, lethal in my hands, I can only imagine what it would be like in somebody that, you know, is really good at hip firing and things like that. So that is the balance. That is, like I said, the paper rock scissors kind of thing. And, you know, you see here he's able to get guys at range. You just, like I said, you got to be a little delicate with it because of high rate of fire. I am able to take down multiple guys, but what you'll see in here is a couple clips I have where you're quickly into your sidearm. So make sure you don't fool around and you have a good sidearm. I like the Rafika. I do pretty well with it, and it backs me up well. But, you know, about your limit with even the 30-round clip is about 2 guys with that rate of fire. Especially if you're hip firing, you're spraying a little bit, you're going to be right into your sidearm. So be ready for it. Expect to pull that sidearm out to get the second or third guy. This guy stands no chance. He can't get me coming around that corner. It just shoots too fast. You're not going to do it. I think I have a clip up here, like I said, that demonstrates how quickly I get into my sidearm. So you're going to have to, you know, adapt yourself. This guy, I don't know, he's going for a knife, I guess. You're going to have to adapt your playstyle a little bit and be ready to get into your pistol. So you're going to have to work on that too if you really want to use something like this. But, you know, like I said, I'm trying to learn to use the heavy barrel. It's going to be with or without the foregrip, I'm not sure. Just to kind of extend that damage out a little further, make it a little more lethal from range. Again, my concern is this is engineer kit. I don't know how useful that's going to be in the close quarters. But that's really it. This one's really fun, and it's really, really just a good weapon. See, yeah, I mean, I should have gotten both of those guys, obviously. But I'm right into my pistol, and this is where I definitely fail. This is a terrible gunfight right here. By both of us. It's pretty embarrassing. What do you need to get it? First, you got to get that pesky EOD bot kill. And you get 100 carbine kills. Those are easy. Again, just play the game. You'll get them easy enough. EOD bot kill. This is DICE trolling us. It drives me nuts. My best recommendation to you is just go on a TDM and just cruise around. And you're just going to eventually get lucky. Some people have told me it's easier than they thought. Some have told me it's harder. I don't know. I went on a small server, not very full, and just cruised around and killed someone. I guess I got a little lucky. But there you go, guys. Those are the engineered weapons. They're very cool, very good weapons. I'm very excited to see them in the close quarters environment. My only concern is not the actual weapons. It's just the usefulness of the engineer kit in that environment. I feel like they really should have given it another gadget. So we'll see. But these are 2 very capable weapons. I will use them probably. I've been using these 2 exclusively on the vanilla maps. If it's like a Caspian map, something like that, I'm in the ACW-R. If it's up close, like a Bazaar, Metro, something like that, I'm on the MTAR, and it's a lot of fun. You guys are going to enjoy these ones. So let me know what you think down below. Definitely let me know what you think about attachments, because that's the process I'm in right now, is trying to decide that. And yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to using these. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. Take care.